A sheep jumps into this strait. A prop, support, it pulls up this cliff. Behold this breath, man, life, of life which looks at, stays within this family house, tent floor plan and staff of this, in control toward this goal, within this authority, protection, binding, leading, getting led and taught, like breath vapor. A top man of this head and person, from this beginning, of this topmost rule, first possession and inheritance saw, watched, heeded, and understood. Experience this cover revealed in man, through this breath, in and of life, like shepherd that tends, pastures, feeds, a ruler and teacher, master, of marriage, yoke, a friend. This means a close companion, neighbor, fellow, lover. Man one's on and of his side, those that desire, wait, and on this trail, for this chief, ox of this chief, strength and leader, and as power, heir, and offspring of this YHUH, given kingdom of life, that which YHUH's light shines on and through, like flock, sheep, those that migrate, seemingly low. As if first nailed, as if a hook to secure, as if anointed, a sun on this horizon, as if day, a line to gather, behind as if to, or really of this Father, a thrown hand to do handiwork of this deed, as if any seed of this kingdom of you given life, that which yours light shines on, just a serpent, snakes, like Cain, kin, acquired, as if acquirer, as if possessor, as a spear, lance, try to create, try to procure, by trying to purchase. Lo and behold this, and this man revealed. By this handiwork, as a thrust hand to try to get physically observed, thrown from life into this existence, like came to pass, exist as a matter gone, glitter, shine, a sunset, a gate to shut, committed. See now that experience and understand. Cover and color, colored shade, shade and mere appearance. That shaded appearance, no longer from this family house, not and no longer in this tent floor plan, through a gate, moved, hung low, like to work, try to get served, try to get to labor, try to get physically observed, try to enslave, as if a vassal, to till, as if cultivate, dress, as if an offering, peace offering, grain offering. Away from this chief and this tent door, pathway and pathway lowered, to move from this lifted up sea of might, to many people, mankind like ground, earth, land, soil, that thing to till, skin, smeared, spread over a surface, property, clay, clay mold, husbandman, redness, to show blood, ruddy earth substance, for building or constructing, blood, likeness. This means with a pictograph of a door representing an idea of moving back and forth, and one of water which can represent any liquid, especially blood, a moving back and forth of water, or a flowing of blood. Also, a grape plant taking water from soil, moving it toward fruit, where it turns into blood of a grape. A son from the blood of his father resembles his father. As if a tent peg nailed, a hook to secure, connect, a connection anointed, and as if an arm thrust, to physically observe to and for this family house, tent floor plan of this chief, like to come, to go in, enter, of read to go, enter into some sort of relation, come into blood guiltiness, come to birth. Divided from this sun on this horizon, day, line, and father, to go around, circuiting, to try to gather, as if a thrown hand, not of deed, nothing to physically observe, and not at all of this kingdom of given life, that which whose light shines on. Not at all an heir, or any offspring, like Cain, of water and blood, as if from water and blood. Many people to this sea got lifted up, as if trying against this word, as if a blowing, yet a trying to scatter. As if to this top head in person from this beginning, and as if a first man, topmost rule, first possession and inheritance, as if at all and of this arm, hand, handiwork thrust with deed to physically observe, like fruit, fruit tree, offspring, first fruit, fruitful vine, as a simile of a wife. Look breaths of man, of this chief and this tent door, pathway of this lifted up, unknown sea of might. Many people, mankind, like ground, thing to till, of land, soil, smeared husbandmen, as, and if to get lifted up to this lifted up, unknown sea, through blood, this blood, as seeds, if heirs to this kingdom, given, of life, that which YHUH's light shines on, divided by this fence, inside this tent wall, life, like an offering, gift, offering made to YHUH, guide, rest. This means with a pictograph of a seed representing continuance, and of a wall separating inside from outside or outside from within, to continue outside. A shepherd would guide his flock to a place of water for drinking, green grass for pasturing. When a flock arrives, they get freed to rest after a long journey, as if controlled toward, in direction, as if to yoke, lead to this hand, and deed to physically observe. Life, this which makes life, existence, and this anointed, which fixed life, like Nkkhchah, and nailed this tent peg, hook to secure, anoint, this anointed, revealed breath in man life. Life of this family inside this house. Tent floor plan, staff in control toward this goal, protection of, and by this, authority, binding and yoked, to get led and taught, to lead and teach. Like able breath, vapor, a breath that can carry away. Look at this man, this breath in life that took and went to man, went inside, from inside this family house, as a hand and deed, to do this deed, and physically observe this chief, like go, enter, food, drink, given to lifeless things entering into a tabernacle for priestly service. Confusion, literal, harvest, income, revenue, soul that came into iron, like felt iron chains, come to pass, signs come with a name, walk with, run down, conduct, lead and introduce. To gather, carry as a camel, to move these to this lifted up sea, like moreover indeed correspondence, especially in this matter of retribution. Look, this breath and it revealed in man, this tent peg, nailed to secure and connect, so anointed to and from this chief, like he himself as Nkkhchah. And from this lifted up sea of this family house, inside this tent floor plan, to tame, allowed from this palm of hand, of this head in person, from this beginning, topmost rule, first possession and inheritance. Adding this tent peg, nailed, anointed to hook and secure to this mark, as a sign, covenant, signature, strong indicator and identification of people, places, things, like birthright, firstling of man, primogeniture, right of this firstborn of death, early fruit, rose early, of virgin, woman having a first child, choicest of camel. And any man on his side, and as side of man, desiring and waiting on this trail, of this ox, chief, and offspring of this kingdom of life, that which YHUH shines light on, YHUH given, heirs hooked to secure, connected to this tent peg anointed, like sheep, flock, multitude, added hooked to secure, anointed to this lifted up sea, away from many to this tent wall, separated, to this staff and to give control toward this goal, binding to lead, teach, get led and taught by authority. This family house inside, that and this tent floor plan, look and behold it revealed. This breath in and of man, thus life, existence, and this tent peg anointed for it to hook, secure, like richest choice, fat, best part, product, diaphragm. A sun on this horizon, as if day, as if a line to gather, as if, and not to do, handiwork of this deed, and such not a seed of this kingdom. You given life, that which you's light shines on, a serpent, snakes like Cain. Lo this, and this man revealed, and by this handiwork, as if at all a thrust hand, to try to get physically observed, thrown from life into existence, like came to pass to glitter, a sunset, gate to shut. To this thing that attempted to add, hook, as if at all anointed, to and by this chief, as if a staff yoke, at all a goal, like toward into, against, for sake of a life, Edom shine as if, star, distant, as if at all to this lifted up unknown sea, as if at all trying to lift up people, blood from blood, as if seeds, as if at all heirs to this kingdom, YHUH given, of life, that which YHUH's light shines on. Divided by this fence far from inside this tent wall, as if at all a mark, as if at all a strong indicator, as if a covenant, as if at all a nail-worth anointing, or at all of anointment, to fix, connect, like as if an offering, gift, tribute, oblation, sacrifice. A staff with no chief, as if at all a goal, as if to control toward and at all bind, with no power chief, ox, like not, no breath, not inhabited, not good, not wood, just an as-if creature wielding, not for satiety, darkness, disorder, worthlessness. Let it face this front, press and get seen, experience as cover, never, this revealed breath of life, like of Nkkhchah, regard, pay attention, felt nonplussed, aimed at, respected. Watch, delight, this means as a shepherd. Watches over, cares for, and delights in his sheep. 9. Cleanse, this means cleansed as, for preparation for inspection, rescued. Away from this house, family, tent floor plan, in with teeth, divided, that tried to press, change, this gate hanging down away from it, to try to get near this pathway of life and breath with man, like to a cultivated field, to try to cultivate a field openness, home of yet beasts, outside a walled city, private property, territory of this king, soil, testimony. This means a record that lays a foundation of truth about an event. Foundation. This means a level place for building a house. As if at all this nail, tent peg to secure, connect, anointed, and not this seed, heir of this kingdom of Nkkhchah given life, that which Nkkhchah's light shines on. This sun in this horizon, line and day of this Father to go around and gather, lifting up people to this lifted up sea, like a rise that stood up for a purpose, and deeded over, to vindicate, try to rise against, false witness, to try to revolt as if at all to try to get power, placed where a thing deserves. Divided from this sun on this horizon, day line and Father, to try to go around, to try to circuit, to try to gather, as if at all a thrown hand, not at all of this deed, not of this kingdom of you given life, that which Nkkhchah's light shines on, not an heir or offspring like Cain, as if at all an ox or anything from this chief in authority to try to control toward, as if at all a staff, like trying toward, to try to sell, try to approach a limit, shine, star, distant, folly, shine. This means as if to cause a shining by praising, giving thanks, or as if trying to praise oneself. The strength of this chief, family house, and inside this tent floor plan, and goal, to control toward authority and protection, and as protection to teach, lead to bind, like Abel, breath, vapor, a breath that can carry away. Away from this nailed tent peg, hooked to secure, this anointed hand of this arm, thrust with deed, made to physically observe life revealed in man. From this beginning, topmost rule, first possession, inheritance, to gather as a camel, that other tried to as if move against breath. Life, like as if smite with deadly intent, fall into war, disorder, against vines by hail, of YHUH in judgment, out of hand, desperately to try to trample. Rug. This means as a man of feet, as if to try to tread underfoot of something. It can stand as a woven rug, harangue, wrong, thought. This means as weaving of thoughts within a mind. Thunder, as if ever to could pursue. Murmur, stone, shake, whisper.